What up, everybody? It's your boy Rock Too Easy. And I'm here with my guy KG, aka Coach G, and this is Real Talk Football, baby. And we are back.
Yes, sir. Football is back on the horizons. The preseason has started with the Hall of Fame game, and this week a couple teams has already played, and they playing right now tonight. Players is either gonna lose that spot or they gonna get that spot. So we ready for football, baby. I just can't wait. We got about 3 weeks until the first game Thursday night, Chiefs and the Ravens. It's gonna be an exciting year, bro.
That's right. Count that down, baby. We 3 Sundays away. But make sure you guys like, follow, and subscribe to the page, Real Talk Football. We on Instagram. We on Twitter. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. And we're also on YouTube on Real Talk Sports. We're merging in with the Real Talk Baseball guys. Give a shout out to my guys, Will. And yeah, we're definitely going to kick this thing off this year. The football season has started. We started it in the off season, pretty much where the trades and draft has started up, and then now we ready to get this thing rolling. How you been, my guy?
What you say?
You been?
I'm good, man. It's just been a busy summer with the kids running around, ripping around, and with track with Tyler and Junior Olympics. We went to North Carolina last week, and we're just getting back. So soon we get back, it's football for him. So we got rained out a couple times this week, but we're going to get them pads cracking and clacking next week. So we're going to see how the boys adjust to that and where the aggression comes from each kid. But it looks like our kids this year is ready to roll. So I'm excited for that. How about you, man? What's going on?
Hey, man, that's what's up, because I ain't gonna lie to you though. These young kids, they get them pads on. You turn into a soccer player real fast,
real quick.
Or you want to be Steph Curry after that.
Facts.
He's like, you know what? Host. You know what?
Mommy, I think we need to hit in the pads tomorrow. We gotta hit in the pads. Yep.
My body don't feel the same as yesterday. You mean I gotta go to practice again?
Yeah.
That's crazy. But that's the love of the game, baby. That's the love of the game. I've been good though, man. Keeping busy. You see what I've been doing, traveling, doing my tournaments.
Yes, sir. All day.
Old ass gonna hang it up, man. I'm gonna hang it up.
I'm on the cleats on the telephone wire, man.
I'm on my tour. I'm on my retirement tour. Okay, that's what I'm out here doing, man.
You not Kobe? Like what Draymond said? You not Kobe?
Yo, right after that shows wicked, bro. Oh god! But let's kick this thing off, man. Let's kick this thing off, and of course, we got to start with the one and only America's joke of a team.
Facts.
Joke of a damn team. CeeDee Lamb, what's up? Pay that man. As you can see right now, we're going through these contract problems as updated news from Jerry a couple of days ago, where he's saying there's no urgency on paying this man. Like we ain't in the middle of training camp. Like the first week of preseason isn't starting. Like we don't lose a week of preseason. Like what's up with you, man? What's up? How you feeling about this?
I'm not feeling too good, even though I know, he takes his time with this stuff. All the time, only with the skills position. He ain't take his time when it came to Zach Martin last year. Zach Martin said he wasn't coming. Zach Martin was paid within three to 4 to 5 days. He took his time with Zeke when Zeke got paid a couple of years ago, with Dez a couple years ago, and with Dak after he got hurt and we had a horrible season, and now the CeeDee Lamb contract. And if we go back about almost 10 years ago, he ain't take no time with Tony Romo. Tony Romo got paid right away. But
that was his guy.
Say it again.
That was his guy. That's why.
For sure. But as far as this CeeDee Lamb contract goes, you got to pay him. This is how the Dallas offense it goes through CeeDee Lamb. It opens up Brandon Cooks, Ferguson, and the run game when we do have a little bit of a run game. So, and my thing is, you got Justin Jefferson. We know he's at the top of the food chain. CeeDee Lamb is right up there at the top of the food chain, along with Tyreek Hill, who also had a 1,700-yard season and over 10 touchdowns, just like CeeDee Lamb had. You got these elite receivers. Okay. We know CeeDee Lamb was waiting for Justin Jefferson to get paid because they offered him a contract last year, and he was like, "Nah, I'm basically waiting for Justin's money to come out." But my thing is, Jerry Jones and the rest of the Joneses don't know how to structure contracts. Put all that money in the signing bonus with also that guaranteed money and all that, so it's not too much against the cap. What's the yearly money? Cool, we good. I think he either needs to be right up there with Justin Jefferson in the same amount of money because he's an elite receiver just like Justin Jefferson, and elite receivers deserve elite money. We're not going to talk about we're going to talk about some other receivers that want their money too later in the show. But CeeDee Lamb deserves this money, whether it's jumping Jefferson with like $32.2 million, or is it 31.9 and he right under there with Justin Jefferson. Regardless, CeeDee Lamb deserves his money.
Right. Well, I was actually about to say what number you say, because numbers I looked up, you got Justin Jefferson at 35 a year. You got you got AJ at 32.
Correct.
You got St. Brown at 30.
Yep.
And you got Tyreek, who's just at 30, his years are still the same, but then he got extra bread. It was a sign-on bonus where now he's at 30 a year, and see how he got paid with that sign-on bonus. Like,
my mistake on that. My mistake on that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. It's all good, but that's why I'm sitting there saying, what do you think? You think he should hit that 35 mark, or go over that, or under that, or what you think?
I think he should be right there with JJ. But even JJ knows, like, he's the next elite receiver up to get paid. Like, if he jumps me, cool. Then the next elite receiver either going to jump CD or jump JJ and get that money too. So, like, elite receivers deserve elite money, and both of them guys are at the top of the food chain, like I said, and they deserve that money. Where are your thoughts on this, and where you think Jerry is Jerry going to get this deal done before week 1, or is he going to wait until week 1 happens like San Fran did last year, and it took a while for Nick Bosa to get going during the season?
Right. And this is the last thing I want to see somebody like him. Like, while we see videos of him working out, putting in the work and everything like that.
Every offseason.
Training and everything like that, but it's still not you running around with them pads on, getting your rapport and your chemistry with Dak and the rest of the team. They have it already, but you still need to have that solidified in there. It was so many question marks going into this camp that it was even less people at this camp over there in Oxnard, just because of how messy it is. Jerry's got to get this together, and I think he will get this together, but the fact of him just holding on and realizing that he messed up is just nasty work, bro. That's all it is. Straight nasty work.
Right. With him, there's no accountability. There's no, like, I messed up over the last couple of years when it comes to Tyron's contract and Sean Lee's of the world kept paying him, and Dez and Zeke, and like all these contracts that were backloaded screwed us up for the future. And now with CeeDee Lamb, and with Dak's contract before, and maybe now, and moving forward when we're going to have to pay Micah Parsons next year. If he keeps producing every year, getting better stats every year when it comes to sacks and pass rush grades and all that.
Mm-hmm. And the way that Zimmer's been having him roam around.
Right.
Defense ain't gonna be just keying in on my guy.
Right. He's been everywhere. I've seen a couple videos of him on the end, on the edge, and at middle linebacker blitzing, dropping in coverage. So I'm interested to see if Mike is even going to play during the preseason, which I think they will have a couple series, maybe in the second game or third game, and then come week 1, what does Zimmer have packages for him lining up in different areas? So I'm really willing to see that.
Hell yeah. Well, I just don't want to see a whole bunch of dropping in coverage, though. I need you to.
We need to get to the quarterback. Yeah, I get to the quarterback. Okay, next topic, man. There's been some rumblings. I don't really think much of it. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. A lot of news coming out of Pittsburgh saying that Justin Fields is looking good in camp, while Russell Wilson has been sidelined with a calf injury. Do you think there is quarterback controversy in Pittsburgh?
Yes, I do. But Mike, as stubborn as he is just sticking to the norm of, Russell's quarterback 1. Russell quarterback one. Like you just keep running with it, and you just want to be stuck on stupid with it. Fine. If you want to just do that, just to prove a point, just to say that, just because you had got him first and he's a vet guy, and you want to develop Fields underneath him, whatever the case may be. But if Fields is clearly outplaying him, and he's healthy right now, your best ability is what? Availability.
Availability. You're correct. Yeah.
So with that being said, throw that guy in there, and not even just that, he's getting better at throwing the ball, but the threat of his legs, yeah,
Understood.
Game changer.
I don't see a controversy here. This is Russ's job, and when Russ is healthy during week one, he will be out there week one. No, I don't wish any player to get hurt, but unless Russell Wilson gets hurt, that's the only way I think Justin Fields will start, let alone play. I think there'll be some packages for him. But like I said before, during draft week and when we were getting ready for the rookies to come in, the Steelers offense has been in the Stone Age for I don't know how long. Since maybe even before, like even that year when Ben was there, when he could only throw the ball 5 yards. They have always been a run team first. You got George Pickens out there. You had Deontay last year who could take the top off and work the middle of that field. You got to use your athletes. You got Najee Harris, and you got Ward back there too, who I really like, who I think eventually is going to take Najee's job this year and for the future going forward, because they did not sign Najee's 5th-year option. So I think Najee's out of there after this year. But Russell Wilson played better in his 2nd year with the Broncos last year than Justin Fields played in his last year in Chicago. I don't think you go back to losing football, which Justin has been doing with the Bears. Now, was he in the best situation with the Bears? I don't think so. I don't think they played to the best of his ability and helped him out. I think they made him worse. I think he's a good athlete. He was a good athlete in college and high school. Do I think being with the Steelers is the right system? Nah, I still don't think that's a good match either. But this is Russell Wilson's job. It is going to be his job moving forward when he gets healthy. And we're going to talk about him later. But if they get a certain receiver on the other side of Pickens, I think they can be a problem. Otherwise, this defense is going to continue to be frustrated, thinking they have to make stops and also probably score to win games for the Steelers. I think that needs to be over with. If this Steelers offense cannot score, Steelers are going to be in that same predicament in that tough division that they're in the AFC North, struggling to either make the playoffs or even win a division. They need to score points on offense and not just defense.
Right. So what I hear what you're saying, but I still think it's Russell's job to lose. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna roll with it and say, you know what, Ravens, y'all been kicking ass and going deep in the playoffs with Lamar. Well, we got a young boy too who can do the same thing, and we got 2 running backs. You know, so
you think Justin Fields can do what Lamar does in this offense?
He's not as electrifying as a runner, but he can still get down and dirty once he breaks.
But he still has to throw the ball. He has to throw the ball and throw it accurately, not losing football, turning the ball over, overthrowing guys. I mean, he did give 1,300 yards last year, his best season, DJ Moore last year. So
yeah, and so his problem was consistency. Right. And I don't know if he's going to get that on the Steelers due to the fact that they had a Stone Age offense. But if you're going to stay with that Stone Age offense, we're just going to run the ball then. Play close. Our defense is going to keep us in close games. I got 2 running backs and I got a quarterback and we have a tight end too.
Right.
When healthy, because he missed some time. Yeah. So so it's just like, forget it. We're gonna go back to that. Let's run the ball. Let's muck it up.
He did have a couple good throws. I watched like the first couple series tonight. He did have a couple good throws tonight, but he also made a couple bad decisions of You saw that defensive end coming. It's time to step up, roll out. He stepped up too late. Danielle Hunter sacked him. You've been in the league 3 years now. This is going on your fourth. You know you got to make his decision in 3 to 4 seconds. It's time to go. So I just think he needs a little bit more consistency and to trust himself, build that confidence back up for him too before he gets that starting job.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I think it might be a back and forth. We don't know how long of a leash that Russell is going to have when he is starting, when he gets back, you know, because he had his spills too where he got benched. I mean, granted, it was about contract things, but you still seen Sean Payton on that sideline snapping on him. Like, yo, get rid of the damn ball. Get rid of the damn ball. So we'll see how that turns out with them. This is definitely going to be interesting to see. And maybe they do make a trade for a guy that's available a little bit, you know?
No, we about to talk. We might as well go into the next segment and talk about that. Go ahead.
Mr. Ayuk, another Mr. Pay That Man guy. You know, Brandon Ayuk has been dealing with this problem since last year, wanting to get paid. They got close to a contract, and the next thing you know, they were off of it. And now they're back on contract talks. They was about to trade him to the Browns for Coop in a 5th round pick. He said, nah, I ain't feeling the Browns. I ain't feeling Deshaun. I ain't feeling that situation. I'd rather be on the Steelers. He said, all right, bet. You want to go to Steelers? All right, Steelers, give us these draft picks. And the Steelers said, nah, bro. We ain't about to give you these draft picks and have to pay young ball. So that ain't going fly.
That was the Patriots.
Yeah. That's right. But the Niners are still letting them know too. Yeah, you want to go to Steelers, but we still want these draft picks.
Right.
So, and I don't think he didn't even want to go to the Patriots either. So, what do you think happens? You think they're going to end up paying him, or he's going to end up on the Steelers?
I went back and forth with this with a couple of my friends and plus my barber because we talk football all the time. We're in the same fantasy league and all that. And, you know, Blake and Mark, we talk as well. As far as you got to understand the Browns thing, I was like, he not going to go to the Browns and help them out and give them Amari Cooper. That's if he wants to leave, he not going to set that up and do that. I was like, that's out of the question. He not going to do that. The Patriots thing I could have seen. I said he can go to the Patriots because it's not like there is a sign and trade in this deal that he has to do. I'm like, man, you might as well just go to the Patriots, hit free agency next year, and if you feel as though you that good, you get paid. Or you stay with San Fran, play this year out, ball out like you think you're going to ball out with Brock Purdy and the rest of that offense. Maybe you get 1,400 to 1,500 yards. You had 1,300 yards last year. Maybe you produce a little bit more, you get more catches, whatever the case may be, and more touchdowns, and then hit free agency and get out of there like you want to get out of there. Now the Patriots offer him $32 million. My thing is what we talked about earlier. Who is that? Who are those receivers that deserve that elite money? Forget what the market says. Are you an elite receiver that deserves that elite money, that 35, whatever? He don't even deserve 32. Maybe I think Ayuk deserves that St. Brown money.
Right, 30.
You are right there. You guys are neck and neck. Maybe I think Brown's got him a little bit, but you get
because his usage is higher.
Right. And he had 1,500 yards last year. I think he's right along there. But to answer the question, I think he should stay. If you want to, like, I know guys want to get paid. They always do that. But if you want to get paid and win, especially this year, this is your last year to probably win with San Fran in the NFC. NFC's open. Some teams getting better, but the Niners have been there for the last 3 to 4 years, man. This is your last chance because that door for San Fran is closing. You ain't gonna be able to keep everybody together, that offense and that defense. I think if the Niners make it this year and they lose again, it's over with. Because you have to give Brock Purdy all this money too. It's over. It's over.
Right.
It's over. Right. I think he should play it out, stay here, or go to Pittsburgh. And then now Pittsburgh has a look up instead of just George Pickens on the outside. Now you got Brandon Ayuk on the outside and working in the seams too. So, but I think he should stay the San Fran if he wants to win. I think he could win with Pittsburgh too if he does go in there. And I think Russ does enough, and with that defense too, if people stay healthy. But San Fran being in the NFC where it's wide open, and you guys been in the last 3 to 4 or 5 years, gives him the best chance to win as well, as long as get paid too.
I have one problem with that.
Okay, what's that problem?
And the problem is, and you hear this a lot, you in that last year, the targets ain't the same.
Mm-hmm.
They start playing with you, bro.
Hey,
yo, man, I'm open. Now all of a sudden your targets done went down.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden that package that was for you, that done went down.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. Why that go down in my contract year?
Right.
Now you playing with me, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Now you really playing with me. And now you about to make me act out of character and make me look like a nut out here.
Right.
That's what they do. You know? It don't matter. Running back, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, they'll do that. That's my only problem with that. And as being as though they already being shiesty about paying him, that's the only shaky part about that, though. So hopefully they do get it worked out, but at the same time, that's the last thing I want to see happen to him, because he deserves to get paid. So if you're not going to pay him, trade him. It's that simple. Y'all dudes done gave up all these other draft picks for all these other dudes that ain't even work out. Like you didn't traded for what's DN on the Commanders?
Say it again.
Chase Young, traded for him. He's out of there. You know, like just trading for all these dudes just to try to win right now, and then got him out of here. This is a homegrown guy that you done drafted and developed into what he is now. Now you ain't trying to pay him. Come on, bro. That's so weird.
I get what you're saying with the contract year thing, which is very true. They do start playing with players with their money when the contract years, and unless you are a defensive player, like and it's in your own hands, you got to produce. Right. But in this case, it's in Kyle Shanahan's hands. Don't forget, they also drafted a receiver. The receiver's Parcell from Florida too. So they're like, all right, you want all this money? We can just trade you, and we don't got to pay you because we already paying the rookie that we drafted last pick in the draft of the first round. So, I think Brandon Ayuk is a little bit overrated, and he feeling himself a little bit. That's what I think. I think he feeling himself a little bit. I don't think that he deserves to get paid. My question was going to be to you: if he does get paid, where do you see him? What do you think his annual salary should be if he does, and what do you think his guaranteed dollar should be? You got JJ at 110 is his guarantee. Where do you think his annual, and then what do you think his guaranteed money should be?
Right there with St. Brown. And be honest with you, St. Brown kind of should be getting paid more than him, but you're gonna give him that St. Brown number because I believe that the franchise
did his early, like the Lions did right by him and did it early, so they got it out of the way.
Yeah, but you look at the way they use him, they move him around, his usage is high, but granted they have other weapons, but he is a top focal point on that offense compared to San Fran. It's some days it could be Debo's day, some day it could be Kittle's day, every day is C-Mac's day, but it it rotates around. So I'm not going anything higher than 30, and you're even lucky to get 30, and you're only going to get 30 only because, like I said, we drafted and developed you.
Right.
So we're going to give you a little bit extra to show you some love, but nothing more than that. That's where I'm at with me.
30 is steep. If I'm a John Lynch, if I'm John Lynch, I ain't giving him that 30. 30 for how many years though? 4? Because it can't be 5. Can't be 5. No way.
No, you can't do a 5. But I think he was trying to do a 3-year, I believe.
Who? Ayuk wanted 3 years or San Fran?
Yeah, Ayuk. I believe Ayuk was. They were supposed to be locked in. He was on the what was he on the pivot? And it was saying that they had that locked in for 30 a year, and then things got backtracked.
What do you think his guaranteed dollar should be?
What's
because Brandon Ayuk's I mean, not Brandon Ayuk's my bad. St.
St. Brown's.
Brown's guaranteed uh dollars are my bad. Hold on.
You know,
Uh,
yeah, he should be right around wherever St. Brown is at. I'm trying to, and then we don't even know where Chase is going to get. Chase will definitely get more than him, and he'll get more guaranteed.
you know what I think's gonna happen with him though?
What,
I don't think they re-sign him.
they trading?
Bro, he wants to get paid right now. He's doing something, he's being dumb right now.
Oh yeah,
It,
yeah.
like you got 2 years left on your contract.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, CD about to get paid. Whenever he gets paid, JJ just got paid. Burrow
Right.
should be if Burrow's back and healthy this year, you going ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait until next offseason. Don't worry about discussing no contracts. Go out there, ball out, and then come next year. If you balled out better than your previous years and your best year, like your rookie year, they gonna have to pay you more than 34,
Yeah.
35 million dollars. They gonna have to because you done did what you said you was gonna do, even with that 1 year. And they also may franchise you. But if they value you more than T. Higgins, then go out there and ball out. Because otherwise, they're gonna treat you like they doing T. Higgins right now. They're not paying him. They're
Yeah,
not
they're
gonna
not
pay
going.
you right now, and they're not paying the two DNs that asked for a trade too that wanted because the Bengals is known for being cheap. They're not gonna
Cheap.
pay you right now. So you must chalk that up, get in that huddle for this year, ball out, go possibly, which I think they are the only threat to the
The Chiefs.
Chiefs because they have proven that they can beat them in the playoffs and in the regular season. They beat them 3 times in 1 year, the year before last. So in the calendar year, that is. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to go out there and ball, and Joe should stay healthy this year, and you got to be there for Joe. So
Right, Mister. I'm always open.
yeah,
Mister. I'm always open.
7-11. All right,
But
moving on after that. Brandon to Ayuk thing here. We are going to talk about the AFC East, and there's been a lot of talk about that so-called bad man that everybody thinks he is. And you know me, I've been in the overrated stage with Mr. Aaron Rodgers for the last like 4 to 5 years. Do you think the New York Jets make the playoffs this year?
hold on. I'm trying to scroll up to Jets, Jets. All right, we already went down this road. You know what? They're gonna make the playoffs because they got Tyron Smith. Okay, that's why they're gonna make the playoffs. All right.
Oh my God. Man ain't been healthy
They got
since
Tyron.
he played a full season since 2015. Come on, man.
It's a new leaf turned over. The grass is greener on the Jet side. Okay.
Nobody trying to hear none of that.
All right. So let's do this because we already did this before. We're gonna run down it. Are they beating the Niners?
No. First week? No.
Yes. So that's a loss. Titans,
They should. Yes.
Patriots,
Yes.
Broncos,
Yes.
Vikings
Where's the game?
at Minnesota. Oh no! It's in London.
It's in London? No.
Yep. So they're gonna
No.
lose
Yep.
to JJ McCarthy.
Nah, that I don't even JJ's not even starting. They said he's fighting for even to be in the third quarterback, let alone the backup.
Dookie water.
He definitely Dookie. Yes.
Dookie, what hit total water? Hit total water. Bills,
L.
Steelers
Ooh. Where's the game?
at Pittsburgh Sunday night.
Oh, that's a definite L.
Oh my goodness, 3 wins. That's
In the first
Patriots,
one. Patriots, they'll beat them.
Texans,
No, heck no. They're not beating the Texans. CJ Stroud.
Cardinals,
They'll beat the Cardinals.
Colts,
Where's the game?
at New York Sunday night. And they got
Sunday night game in New York. What's the month? Is it cold?
11/17 November.
Yeah, just get that one because it's outside and not inside. But that game depends on how Anthony Richardson is playing and Pittman are playing in what's his name? Taylor.
I'll tell you what, that head coach gonna have that offense flowing.
Right.
If that's one thing he know how to do, he can do that.
If Richardson is healthy, the Colts could be a threat to the Texans in that division.
Right. So we had 6. Seahawks.
Oh, that's a dub.
That's 7. Dolphins.
I think they split with the Dolphins.
That's 8. Jaguars.
Where I think they beat the Jags because Jags are overrated.
That is 9.
All right, so look, they are going to be a fringe team. 9-8.
It's 3 games left. It's 3 games left. Hold on, don't do that.
Listen to me. They are going to be a fringe. All right, go ahead.
Rams. It's at New York.
They're not beating the Rams. No.
At New York.
People hate on the Rams, bro. Matt Stafford's gonna ball.
Hey, but it's gonna be cold. That's a dome hot team.
I got the Rams. I like the Rams, and I like what they did in the draft with their defense.
Okay. Bills.
They're not gonna beat the Bills at all this year.
Oh my God. Dolphins.
Even with, I told you they split with the Dolphins. So they're gonna win 1, lose 1 with the Dolphins. They're gonna split with
that's
them.
10.
The Bills. I think it's the Bills' division to lose because they've won 5 years in a row. So it's like, all right, come beat me. Even though the Bills have lost a lot on defense, you still got Sean McDermott running that defense. He's going to do what he need to do. And it's a lot of talk about Coleman. They talking about Coleman looking good. He got a new receiver. That's another red threat, along with Dalton Kincaid and the other Dalton. What's the other tight end's name? Dalton Knox. And you still got Cook and Brady was cooking last year at the end, calling plays for Cook last year and getting that offense rolling, even with Diggs not even involved in that offense. It was Shakir that was balling that offense in the playoffs and at the end of the year. And now you add Coleman to that. So I think the offense is going to be fine. It's the defense that's going to have to stop some people for them. You got to remember, it's a lot of good teams in the AFC. So if you on that fringe 9-8, 10-7 fighting for that last wild card spot where I think the Jets are going to be, and they might get kicked out by another team, it's going to be up there. Because look, if you look at it, here's who was the most important person to the Jets.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. When is the last season, Aaron Rodgers has been good?
You said that. So he was injured last season. The season before last, they pulled it on late, and then the Lions beat them to knock them out the playoffs.
And whose fault was that? Who played bad in that game?
Oh, he always chokes in the playoffs. We know that.
No, it wasn't the playoffs. It was the last week.
No. Well, he always chokes in crucial games because that was you win that game, you go to the playoffs.
Win to get in, and he choked. Right. The Lions beat the britz off of them.
Sure did, and they didn't even make the playoffs.
And the year before that, and the last 2 seasons, good season in Green Bay, the last 2 out of 3, he won MVP. They won 13-3, and he choked in the playoffs.
And got upset. Yep, by the Niners.
And now you got him coming off 4-play season. And the season before that, he didn't look like himself. Hasn't thrown over 4,000 yards in 3 seasons, and he's coming off an Achilles injury.
So you ready?
He's gonna be 41 years old.
You ready for me?
I'm ready for you because
there's
too many factors right now.
While you are right about everything you say, but I see not saying they're gonna go to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, but I see a situation where it's like a Peyton Manning on his last leg where the defense carried him. At the end of the day, that defense is wicked. Yes, that defense is wicked. And as a defensive-minded coach, and they can still run that ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think he'll even average around 20 to 25 passes a game. They're gonna run the ball and play defense.
What do you think about the defensive player they traded for who hasn't even been in the facility yet? Because that accounts to their pass rush that they got to get to the quarterback. Quinton Williams can't do it by himself.
That man better bring his black ass up in there.
He wants that money. He hasn't even been.
He's not going to get the money that he wants
in the city, let alone in the facility.
He's not going to get the money that he wants, bro.
Well, I know he's not. I know he's not.
And that's why he's just stupid. Just go in there and get your, like, for real, finish out this year and go find a 1 year, like $20 million a year.
I think he deserve a little bit more than 20. I would give him 25 to 27. And I think if he gonna sign a deal with the Jets, being that he is 30 years old, it need to be 2 years or 3 years, and that third year be an option.
Because he's on his last year. I think he's getting that
his last year of his contract. You want a new contract, give him a contract extension for that third year option being an option there, 2 years, but be around
27 is deep for 27 is too steep for me for a guy who's literally just a pass rusher.
Right. Okay. 20, 25, 20 is being disrespectful. He has had 10 sacks. He's had 10 sacks or more over the last.
Yeah, you know, and it was so crazy though. And this is where he's so stupid because
he don't miss games. He don't miss games.
Exactly. And I ain't just, it was like your inside pressure is going to cause so much attention. You're going to have that one-on-one all day, and you'll eat.
Or free.
And you got. They made the dude Huff look important. Now look at him. He just robbed the Eagles. He just robbed the Eagles. And so just ball out, and then you'll just go to another team and get paid, bro. What are you doing? Yeah. He's bugging. So
I think it may be too late if he just plays this year out and tries to move on. He's gonna have to ball for real in this last year to move on and have a team like, I don't know, the Patriots, or go back to the Cardinals, who really ain't doing much, or the Raiders, who, even though I think the Raiders is doing a little bit on that D-line, getting Wilson over there, Wilkins from Miami. Mm-hmm. That's another thing about Miami too. They lost some good pieces, and they had a couple guys blow their knee out and Achilles that they got to step up this year in the AFC East.
They paid their whole offense though.
Sure did.
McCarthy said, listen, we're gonna put up some points. You're gonna have to outscore us.
The Dolphins and the Jaguars messed up the money for everybody this year. Signing Jalen Waddle to that money, and then signing your man Trevor Lawrence to elite quarterback money when he's an average quarterback in the league. We're not going to do that.
You're not going to hate on my guy. That's the last thing you're going to do, okay?
Average.
And well, listen, I can't wait for them to make the playoffs this year. And you're going to be Jags.
They going to make the wild card? They going to make the wild card? They going to make the wild card or win the division?
They're going to make the wild card. But they might mess. Listen, I told you that Texans schedule is real, bro.
They're not going to be better than the Colts, let alone make the playoffs.
They'll be better than the Colts. You keep sleeping. Watch.
I'm going to sleep.
Mark my words.
I'm a Steph Curry.
Mark my words.
Steph Curry.
Listen, I'm going to crop out a picture of you with Trevor Lawrence's hair on the top of your head.
Yeah, that would be I might have to come to Red and fight you for that, though.
Oh gosh. Listen, man, watch you go see my guy. He go hoop, man. I hope so. I just hope.
Another overrated quarterback that got all the hype.
What? Watch, we'll see. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, we're back to America's joke. We are back to America's joke. Oh my goodness. This guy, Dak Prescott, he's been at camp. He's been showing up at camp. Granted, he didn't practice today because of ankle soreness, but he's still waiting out to get that deal. They're in negotiations, but we don't know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So, do you if you Dak, do you still work on this deal and stay where he did say he does want to be a Cowboys forever, or do you feel like, you know what, y'all done disrespected me too much, damn it, I'm out of here. I'm gonna give you my last year and I'm out. You don't even want to pay my player. You don't even want to pay my number one target. What is wrong with you?
I'm gonna go here first. I've been listening as much as I didn't like watching it. Now I'm listening to it. Like I'm listening to Speak with Shady and Joy and
Oh my God, why?
and James. Just give me a second. James Jones, TJ Houshmandzadeh was on the show a couple of days ago, and he's been on sometimes. And I forget the other dude name that the insider they have on there. I forget his name.
The
But
Cowboys, Dave
I like,
Hellman.
yeah, I like him. I like him. He has some good insight. I've been
Mhm.
listening to what they're saying, and I agree and disagree, but they make some pretty good points. I like the reason why I've been listening to that show is because I like when you get a player's perspectives. They've been in the league,
Right,
they know how
right.
the league runs, they know how this thing is going to go. They know, they talk as the players. They know what
Right.
players are thinking. Like I'm off to Get Up and the First Take now. Like I listen to their highlights on Instagram and all that, but I like to hear
Mhm.
the players' perspectives because they make solid points. And
Right.
Shady, even though he don't really like Dak, he says he's a good quarterback, average quarterback.
Man, he biased as hell.
But he said, listen, he says they need to pay Dak, which I see that point, right? And James Jones also said, Dak out of there. You could tell in his press conferences when he answers questions, you can read in between the lines, which you can. Some of us ain't dumb. We know what some of the players mean when they say things. And as far as me, I love the point that Shady made a couple weeks ago. It's been 8 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's about to go into his 9th year.
Mm-hmm.
The analogy that he made was, if you got money and you are investing in something, right? And you keep investing in it and keep investing in it every year, and it's not giving you no return. Who looks like the dummy? You putting that money up and investing in that certain thing and not getting any return on your investment, right?
Right.
We put 8 years in front of Dak now with a bunch of teams and a bunch of players around him. We keep investing in him. We paid him, and now he wants to get paid again after this contract. When we know every year you get to the playoffs and you are the main reason and why the Cowboys lose. Like, okay, granted, last year it was the defense too. Played too much man coverage. People were wide open everywhere all game. The running game, they ran down on throws damn near 200 yards against them. But you also threw a pick six and another pick that basically ended the game, and it was 28-0 or 28-7 before we even know it. So why keep investing on something where you already know what it's going to get you? Okay, 12 wins in a row. Maybe one playoff game get you to the divisional, but you ain't been to the NFC Championship in 30 years. Yes, that's not on him, but it's been 8 years. You still haven't been there. Been 8 years. And it took you 8 years to have one all-pro season and a runner-up MVP season. It took you 8 years to do that, and now you want us to pay you for 4, maybe 5 more years? Nah, I can't do that. There's no return that you're giving me. We know what's going to happen. We're not saying it's all his fault that we lose, but when we lose in the playoffs, when Dallas loses in the playoffs, most of the time it's got something to do with him. And I don't know what it is where it comes to the bright lights. It can't. Every time they play San Fran, he don't show up. Every time we get in the playoffs, you had the youngest team outplay you last year in our house. We won 16 games straight in that building, and you crapped the bed. So I think ultimately Dak is out of here. He gonna leave on his own because he holds all the power, no trade clause. You know what I mean? He gonna get his maybe. I don't. We talked about this before. I don't think the Dallas Cowboys with that schedule win more than 10 games. So. I don't think they get the 12 wins, and they may even get kicked out of the playoffs because other teams got better. Dallas did not get better this offseason.
Right.
For being long with.
No, it is totally fine. And listen, and I totally agree, and I understand everything you and Mr. Bias Shady has said. But at the end of the day, you ain't gonna pay him. Do what you gonna do? You ain't got nobody else. You
It's a
can't
reload.
draft nobody else.
It's a rebuild. It's a rebuild, man.
You're not gonna rebuild. He's not wired that way. You're not gonna rebuild. He listen. I just need to stay relevant enough to keep the seats full. That's all I need to do. I don't do in the Super Bowl. My bank account is Super Bowl while I keep making the most money every year.
But we
This
talking
is what
about
it is.
signing Dak, and they talking about Dak is going to get $60 million plus dollars. Are you paying him $60 million or more? If you are the GM for the Cowboys, are you paying Dak $60 million a year?
No. This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Wow. The highest paid quarterback in the league is Joe Burrow at 55 a year. Joe Burrow has 5 playoff wins and 1 Super Bowl appearance. Okay. The other highest paid, because it's 3 tied for first. It's my guy Sunshine. You know, he has 1 playoff win.
Yeah.
But
I know the list.
He has golden hair, so he's all right.
But this is the thing with that market we talked about. Yes, I know what a market is, and I know and that's what James Jones also talked about. He's like, he's going to get more money than them because of what the Jaguars did. They paid him, the Dolphins paid Tua and all that. But they are what, 24, 25 years old. Dak is 31 years old. I'm not saying he's ancient as a quarterback because he's not that old as a quarterback. But $60 million for a quarterback you had 9 All Pros, including yourself.
You're not getting 60 from me. You'll get 55 and call it a day.
He's not gonna take that.
Listen,
he's gonna walk.
If that's the case, you should have been traded his black ass.
Yeah, for sure. Traded him, got some picks for him. You should have just tossed him right on over to Vegas.
Yes, because why are we wasting each other's time here? What are we doing?
That's all it's been.
What are we doing? Like, it's a joke, bro. It is a straight joke. And honestly, it's still the Cowboys' fault because if you would have paid him beforehand, he would have been right at this Herbert and Goff number of 50 and 52, Tua number 53, and then let those guys break the bank at Love and Sunshine and Burrow at 55. This is right. This is only Jerry's fault, and Dak has the leverage. He has the leverage in everything that it is. This is Jerry's fault. So and that's another thing too. While you was hearing everything from the bias guy over there, Shady,
he said pay him. He not
if he
wasn't being biased, he would say no.
Well, hold on. If he walks, you think he's not going to get that?
Oh, what? Yeah, it's going to be a team that's not going to make the playoffs. That's going to play him, pay him, of course.
So why not just pay the man then?
Let him. I'm not paying you $60 million. I ain't gonna give you. I'm not paying you $60 to $65 million. You don't deserve it to be okay. Yeah, you win in 12 games. Yeah, you win in division titles. You can't win 2 playoff games in a year. You can't win 3 to get to the Super Bowl. You've had too many talented teams, whether it's on offense and defense. Here's the thing.
I don't know about that. Early on, we did not have a good defense.
I'm talking about the last couple of years with the defense.
Okay.
I'm talking about the last couple of years. Not talking about before, like when he started 13-3, our defense was okay, but we won games. But I'm saying, what do the elite quarterbacks do come playoff times? It's Pat Mahomes.
They turn
Pat Mahomes, the Tom Brady's, and the Joe Montanas, which are conversation Dak he doesn't belong in the same sense as them. They elevate everybody else's play. He does not do that come playoff time.
So let me ask you this.
Motivational guy. He can be the great leader. Let everybody say he is. But when it's playoff time and everybody knows it's win or go home, do you elevate your team to that next level? We aren't in the regular season no more. We're not in the regular season. We are in the playoffs. It is win or go home. It's get money time.
Right. So let me ask you this question. So if this was Lamar, are you paying him that?
Am I paying Lamar
that amount? If 60? This was Lamar,
If I was playing tomorrow, no.
Okay. All
If
right, just making
Lamar,
sure because
if
he's done the
Lamar,
same thing.
yep. If Lamar continues on the trend that he has been, but granted, Lamar's got 2 MVPs, been to an AFC Championship game. You run into Pat Mahomes. I believe the Ravens were the better team last year. Coaches didn't run the ball; they wanted to drop back and pass last year. Just stupid.
Mhm.
Lamar is on that same track where I just had discussion with my man Jesse, who was on the pod during the draft.
Mhm.
Like he showed me a freaking split screen of Dak and him. Nobody keep that same energy with Lamar. I said, bro, argue with somebody that actually defends Lamar. I'm not defending Lamar
I
because
know some Lamar defenders.
he is right there too. Like he gotta show up. You got paid. You gotta elevate your play and elevate your teammates. You gotta win too. If this is
Mhm.
31-year-old Lamar and you at that same thing where you only made it to one or maybe two AFC championship games, I'm not
Mhm.
giving you $60 million neither.
Right.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
not doing that. So they're in that same boat. Now is let me ask you this too, because we know people give him a little bit, give him a little bit of slack. Why? I don't know, because he's a turnover machine. Josh
Mm.
Allen. Josh Allen.
Mhm.
Josh Allen ain't done nothing either.
Right.
In the one
Yeah.
AFC championship game, no
But you know what's so
MVP.
crazy
No,
though? It's it being as though that it is him, he's gonna get paid.
who Josh? Yep, he is because it's Josh.
Yeah,
Because it's
he's gonna
Josh
get paid.
Allen.
Those things
All
get looked over.
all the Bills got, but like all those little small details, like yes, he's won some playoff games, but he's right up there with Lamar and Dax of the world when it comes to the playoffs. He's not
He
winning
choked
those
in the
games.
playoffs. He choked in the playoffs against the Bengals when the Bengals didn't even have no damn offensive line when it was snowing.
Right,
Diggs didn't
right.
do a damn thing. Like,
Joe
come on,
Burrow got busy out
yeah.
there. So
It's
I want everybody, like, as much as I think that Dallas should not pay them, and that I wanted Dak out of there a while ago because of the mediocrity and the consistent losing in the first round of the playoffs. When you got the 1 seed or you got the 2 seed, you got home field advantage, and you keep losing and losing and losing at home. Like, yeah, you beat Tampa Bay a couple years ago. That's because the Bucks defense was
they was
trash
busted. Yeah, they was
and
busted. Yeah.
Tom Brady was done. Yeah, you beat them, but
Mm-hmm.
then what happened next week? Niners beat the brakes off of us. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You ain't show up again. So I think the people need to keep that same energy with Dak as you
Yep.
do keep the same energy with Josh and Lamar as you do
And Lamar.
with Dak, because they all in the same boat, same
Tier.
level
They're on the same tier.
when it comes to playoffs. They keep putting Josh Allen at that elite tier. Get Josh Allen off the same level as Mahomes, because he ain't. Cut it out.
Exactly.
Is not
Yep.
there because he throws the ball. He's so wild with the ball. But
Mm-hmm.
minute Dak throws an interception, y'all shoving it down his throat. Like, didn't Josh just lose a game for throwing an interception?
Right.
But and Dak's team won, and you worried about this. But I mean, but for me, keep that same energy. Dak doesn't get paid. Lamar doesn't get that 60 million. Josh shouldn't get that 60 million, but we know he gonna get it. And they talk
Mhm.
about Brock Purdy about to get 325 million.
Yeah.
Are we serious?
And he's a game manager.
Yes.
Now, granted, he makes the right plays in these games, but he's not elevating nobody.
Right.
He's
He's a
just
good leader
he's
too.
very
Like,
good at that system.
you got a system, and you got CMC, you got Ayuk, you got Debo, you got
Kittle.
Kittle, you got
Now you
Trent
got the rookie.
Williams. You got Trent Williams, and now you got see what the rookie do, and you got, come on, man, it's a lot of talent on that offense, and Shanahan knows what he's doing. But the Cowboys, man, they got a lot of work to do. They got to sign CD Lamb. I don't think Dak gets paid during this year, and it's going to come down to the offseason and what's going to happen. But I think ultimately, him having all the power, he walks away, and there's going to be a new quarterback with a star on his helmet come the 25,
What you
26.
say, Shador?
No, I ain't say Shador. I ain't say that.
I heard you. You sneezed it out. You sneezed.
I did not.
Shador. That's
Ain't
what you
no
did. You sneezed.
Ain't nobody talking about the quarterback that only worries about his stats and then blames the O-line for him getting sacked and not throwing the ball away. So not talking. He need to learn to take some accountability for his play and stop blaming the O-line. So I'm not talking about the door.
We'll definitely see how he turns out this year. Oh man. But yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah. I was about to wrap this thing on up, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It was a good time being back. It was a good time being back. We're gonna close this thing out. We'll be back next week. We about to get into some college football too. These seasons about to kick off. We're gonna have a lot of football to talk about. We're gonna have interviews coming up too.
And we're going to talk about the high school teams around our area. And we're going to talk about having a special guest on the show soon in a couple weeks before the season starts. Check our Instagram page and TikTok and YouTube and Twitter about that special guest and who's going to be on the show. This is Real Talk Football. Coach G and my guy, Rock Too Easy. We out of here.